controversy as well, because earlier during the qualification for this final, Sonia, Poland, defending champions, were bounced out, and then they were put in as a late addition just because of an infraction where they were impeded.
That's right, and they are Olympic champs, so they definitely want to be in the mix for this event. I think this is such a fun event, Otto. We close out the championships with the big 4x4,
yes,
but to close out the first day with the mixed 4x4, I think brings that team spirit that we all look forward to at these championships.
There's the lane allocations for you. Belgium on the far outside, Great Britain, the Netherlands. Here's the US in lane 6. And then France on the inside of the United States. The Netherlands, Great Britain, and Northern Ireland. And Belgium right on the inside.
And Team USA did make one substitution going into this final. Matthew Boland will now be on the team. He's running third leg. It's a very young team, Otto. The oldest on the team, 23 years old.
So that means that you have an inexperienced team running in a global final, as we get a look now at Poland in lane 1.
And we've talked a lot about this, right? They've now changed the structure where it's men, women, men, women. We kind of like the idea of them being able to shuffle it a little bit and teams being able to pick or having that random selection. But this really evens things out, right? When you have the men going first, all up against the men. But what's tricky is when you see that change of the baton, right? When that speed from the man to the woman, we saw a lot of confusion earlier in the preliminary rounds when the athletes are trying to adjust to taking the baton from a male competitor. But it's still just so exciting for us to watch.
Set for the final of the mixed 4x400 meters. More medals on the line, on the track right now. Here we go.
So they're off. Team USA is in the middle of the track. They're in lane 6. Justin Robinson, the 2023 U.S. indoor champion, will kick off Team USA, and he's off to a good start. There is a 3-turn stagger on the 4x4 relay, so they look to be a little bit further out than you're used to seeing in the traditional 400, but you can already tell that the Netherlands and Team USA are off to a great start.
Belgium have brought their A-team. Van der Benden runs on the men's 4x4, and so does their substitute, who will run third, Borlée. But those four in the front seem to have done the best on this first leg. Now is the first female leg.
Good run by Great Britain. Good opening leg from Great Britain.
And for Team USA, that was a really good switch for them, putting Robinson on the first leg, 45-1, to open up for Team USA and to give them a lead. When they were in the preliminary round, they got the stick in about third place, so we weren't too sure about how they switched up this team. So far, so good.
Klaver of the Netherlands leads the way over Rosie Effiong of Team USA.
Robinson's had a good day because he led off he ran 43.8 this morning on that third leg. Remember, though, that the best anchor is going to be Femke Bol.
Oh, yeah.
She will anchor.
Here comes Effiong and the U.S.
Effiong ran 50.06 earlier this morning in the heats. Netherlands, then the United States, Great Britain in third.
Netherlands has to love their chances with them already being in the front. Femke Bol is going to be so hard to compete against, so Matthew Boling needs to give Team USA a big lead for them to have a chance to contest for that gold medal.
You said it, Sonia. If Team USA does not have a huge lead, Femke Bol is going to romp the Netherlands to victory.
Pressure on young Matthew Boling. Here he is out in front of the Netherlands.
And he's in his very first World Championships, and he has not run a ton of 400-meter races this year. And the Netherlands is right there. And like we said, Femke Bol on the anchor, the second fastest 400-meter hurdler ever. This is not going to be close.
What a great third leg by Team Great Britain.
And an interesting note, the Great British athlete stepped up further to give her male athlete a longer leg, which was super smart and put her even closer and more in contention. But here's what we were waiting for. Femke Bol has the stick in front. Hard to believe that she will give back this lead for the Netherlands.
I would be shocked if Femke Bol gives up this lead. She has run under 50 seconds indoors and out. and she was toying with them this morning. She has a lot left in the tank. United States trying to hang on, but Bo looks very comfortable, Lee.
Alexis Holmes is trying to stay with Femke Bol. It falls, and the United States wins gold.
In world record time. Otto, we spoke too soon.
The drama continues. We had a fall in the women's 10K. Nobody can stay on their feet tonight. The United States gets the world record, and Femke Bol, what happened?
She is
What's up, viewers? Welcome back to the channel.